This is Wollaton Hall, Gardens, and Deer Park, Nottingham. Wollaton Hall is a jaw-dropping Elizabethan mansion of spectacular proportions. One of the country's finest Grade I listed Elizabethan buildings, it was described as the architectural sensation of its age. It is also the largest dedicated natural history museum in the county. Wollaton Hall was built between 1580 and 1588 for Sir Francis Willoughby, and is believed to be designed by the Elizabethan architect. In 1802, fire damages the original interior of the house, and it is remodeled by Geoffrey Wyatville, a prominent garden and architectural designer who worked on Chatsworth House in Derbyshire. The hall was bought by Nottingham City Council in 1925 and opened as a museum in 1926. Becoming home to George the Gorilla, Hilary the Hippopotamus and Geoffrey the Giraffe. The general plan of Wollaton is similar to these, and was widely adopted for other houses, but the exuberant decoration of Wollaton is distinctive, and it's possible that Willoughby played some part in creating it. The style is an advanced Elizabethan, with early Jacobean elements. In 1702, Cassandra Willoughby, Duchess of Chandos, recorded that the master masons, and some of the statuary, were brought from Italy, including the decorative but ludicrous gondola mooring rings carved in stone on the exterior walls.
Yes, some intro, but I don't have any information there. Where's information?
I think we ought to be vegetarian.
The Natural History Museum is packed full of incredible sights including fossils, birds, mammals, reptiles, fish, bugs, and creepy crawlies, as well as their famous Africa Gallery. On site there is also the Nottingham Industrial Museum, the Steam Engine House, and the Yard Gallery. Grade 2 listed Wollaton Hall Park's formal gardens and the small walled botanic garden aren't open all the time. In 2011, key scenes from the Batman movie The Dark Knight Rises were filmed outside Wollaton Hall, featuring as Wayne Manor, and is 5 miles north of Gotham, Nottinghamshire, through which Gotham City indirectly got its name. The hall was designed for show rather than comfort. The Elizabethans were fascinated by pattern and symmetry, and the design shows both of these, reflecting ideals of the late Renaissance period. The interior of the main hall was comparatively plain, paintings hung beneath the high windows, and above was a hammer-beam roof. At the west end of the hall was an ornate stone screen, above which an organ was later to be placed. The main staircase, to the left of the entrance hall, was decorated in about 1680 with wall and ceiling paintings. These have classical themes as was then fashionable, and include portraits of members of the family. Butterflies, moths, beetles, and bugs from around the world. Focusing on the biology and life cycles of insects, see a Caribbean cloud forest diorama with the birds and mammals dependent on termite colonies for food and nest sites.
They're cockroaches. What did they do? They're just moving around. Possibly.
Loved by generations of Nottingham Museum visitors and still a firm favorite, Godfrey, Geoffrey, or George, as he is now known, is rumored to have appeared at the Paris exhibition in 1878, and he was bought that year in Paris for £100. Among fossils is a collection from the Jurassic period, 201 to 145 million years ago, when much of Britain was below the ocean. Most of these animals were aquatic, so it have several partial skeletons of sea reptiles including ichthyosaurs, plesiosaurs, and crocodiles, but it also have a few land-living dinosaur bones. Some of these fossils are locally significant, such as the skeleton of a plesiosaur from Cropwell Bishop, Nottinghamshire, which was collected and donated to the museum in 1884 and may belong to a new species. The geological collection of the Nottingham Natural History Museum contains 47,000 rocks, minerals, and fossils. The fossils originate predominantly from Britain, while the rocks and minerals from across the world.
Water crystals that are created by sound and the water source.
The Nottingham Natural History Museum's famous gorilla and giraffe specimens can be seen here, together with a splendid cheetah, the fastest land mammal. The gallery also features a walk-through waterhole scene complete with zebras, leopards, hyenas, antelopes, warthogs, ostriches, a porcupine and even a fruit bat. An interactive panel enables visitors to hear the sounds made by some of the better-known African animals. Recreated in the style of a 1930s museum, the gallery contains birds and game heads, alongside contemporary specimens. Many collected in Ethiopia and Sudan by 19th-century explorer Mansfield Parkins, with 2 specimens of the shoebill, brought to Europe in 1850. Since the 14th century, herds of deer have roamed Wollaton's 500 acres of parkland, which is home to all kinds of habitats, including grassland, wetland and woodland. There are over 90 red and 120 fallow deer at Wollaton. These wild deer are incredible to see,